in the story, which is an extension of Nobody Won, it's 4 years later and his kids are getting older and he's sort of very aware that they're just about to step out the door and go to college and just be occupied with their lives. So he knows this is kind of his last chance to really spend some fun quality time with his kids. Well, Plummerville, which is an invented town in Nobody 2, is the kind of little local summer resort town. Maybe it's 4 hours away from where they live. It's it's a little bit rinky-dink, but the fact that there's some big bad guys there is very much a surprise. Timo Tjahjanto is our director for Nobody 2. He's an Indonesian director who's made numerous films, some under his own name, some under a partnership called the Mo Brothers. One of his films is called The Night Comes for Us. You can see it. And he makes dark horror films with action in them. This film is a little lighter than what he's used to making, but he brings a lot of heavy, amazing vision to our fighting in Nobody 2. Action, comedy, family, surprise, overfull. It's filled with great stuff. Personally, I don't actually like to relax on the beach for more than like one day. Then I want to be where stuff's happening. So I love Vancouver. I love New York. I know that's crazy, right? I love New York. It's busy. There's stuff going on. There's shows. There's restaurants. It's great. I guess I kind of like both. I like when you can go for a hike, but then go into town and there's something fun to see. I thought a lot about why people liked Nobody Won. And the action was great, and Ilya Naishuller shot it, and Greg Rementer oversaw the choreography. And so that's awesome. But I think that what really connected with people was they related to the tensions of being a dad and being a family man and having a relationship that's long term and the way it can be difficult. And so it was super important to me to reconnect with that family and make them feel real, make them feel like they love each other, but they struggle with the way life wears you down. And to me, it's in the DNA of Nobody, that if you don't get that right, it doesn't matter how good the action is. She has a more active role. She takes on some action, which at the end of Nobody Won, I said to her, would you be willing to do action in Nobody 2 if we get to do that? And she was like down for it big time. She trained for action in different films she's done, not to mention Gladiator, a great film. And she said, I'm ready to go anytime you want me to do that. To me, one of the themes of Nobody Won was a husband and wife who've lost touch with each other, and they've lost touch with the feelings of respect for each other and the way in which the other person is an active free agent who's made a choice to be in this relationship. And I wanted in Nobody 2 for the wife to remind Hutch that she too is a person of power and choice and ability, and she does that at the end of the scenes of the film, of the story. John Ortiz is amazing. He's one of our great actors, and he's in this film and wonderful as Wyatt Martin. And Colin Hanks, I love Colin. I did Fargo with Colin, and we knew we had a bad guy sheriff, but I needed him to be a guy you didn't suspect when you first meet him. And Colin is just a joy to watch play a very, very bad person. And then we have Sharon Stone, who is our quote-unquote big bad. And we needed a big personality and a big presence to play that part. Sharon ate it up. Well, Timo Tchajanto is a fantastic director. He's made numerous films. The Night Comes for Us, one of them you can watch on streaming pretty easily. He does horror films and action films that are visually, involving and surprising and impressive. And I wanted this film to blow up bigger than Nobody Won. So I wanted those big visuals and those big sequences. And he was the man. The thing that I'm most excited about is, while it's true that Timo is expert in and brings the darkness and the bloodiness that he loves, that action film fans love, he also was up for the fun and the comedy of, say, the duck boat fight, which is more like a Jackie Chan film fight, and isn't really in line with what Timo has done in the past. So he opened up his vision to include ours, and he also brought his vision to another level with Nobody 2. Nobody Won is a film that is almost a personal film to me. My family had 2 break-ins, and when I talked to Derek Kolstad about the movie, I talked about those break-ins and how much feeling I had left inside me of frustration and resentment that I wanted to act out on screen. Nobody 2, we go to in my mind, it's the Dells. Of course, it's called Plummerville, but when I was a kid, I went on 2 vacations, one to the Illinois State Fair and one to the Wisconsin Dells. Sadly, the Wisconsin Dells is too damn nice and impressive for what we were looking for in Nobody 2. But it is reflective of, a family vacation where very often it's a little less relaxing than you wish it was.
She's just such a fantastic woman. I love the whole environment, and I love the family that the Mansells are. And I think with Bob, we just have such a great rapport, both on set, but also just, when we're in the scenes, we just respond to each other in this really interesting way, very emotional, very genuine. And so it's just a really lovely process to shoot these films. So in the first film, you're sensing that, for the first time, I think, in an action movie, you are actually looking into the scenes of a marriage. And it's a marriage where one of the partners is going through a midlife crisis and is finding it really hard to live inside of these secrets, that this cover story that they have constructed in order to have a family. And in the second film, we're unfolding those secrets more and more, and we're starting to see and refer to the time when Hutch and Becca met, and we are starting to understand that they were different people then, and they did different things when they met in Italy and fell in love. And you're starting to see what happens in certain situations where it becomes clear that Becca also obviously has some secrets of her own. She is a very protective mom. She is your mama bear, definitely that type of mom. Yeah. Well, I think, one of the things that was wonderful with the first one is we have all these cool characters, and some of them come back in the second, and also some new ones are there. Colin Hanks plays a local bent sheriff, and he does it so well. And that guy is just such a great actor. He's also just such a lovely person. And then there is Sharon Stone, who is just next level gonzo in this film. She just brings so much pizzazz and amazing energy and invention to this character, and I think she had a lot of fun doing it as well. I think Timo brings this beautiful combo of amazing technical know-how when it comes to creating a whole series of action sequences that he does like incredibly well. Camera angles, everything is just so cool. And then he combines that with his natural personality. He is an incredibly empathetic and warm, joyful, kind man. And you see those qualities really show themselves in how he balances all of the emotional arc of the film. And he invests that empathy into the characters in a really generous way so that all of the characters get to have their moments. And it's just a really satisfying experience also when you're on set to see how he really makes sure that every person is a real human all around.